It's a new day in the workroom, and I have survived yet another elimination. That was my 6th time in the bottom, 4th time up for elimination. If you ask me, that's pretty iconic. As soon as I found out Poison Ivy was in the bottom with me, I kinda had a feeling I was going to be saved, because she did not have the best impression with the other queens. They really didn't like it, I could see their faces, but me, I loved it, and I loved it even more when Daphne was the lip-sync assassin. There was no way in hell that Flop Sylveon was going to beat her in a lip-sync. I am curious to find out if she had chosen my lipstick. She probably did, and I don't care. Let's face it, I know I am not going to win this competition. There are so many talented queens here, and well, Gwen is also here. But I'm not giving up. I will try my best and get into the heads of these queens, get them to turn on each other, because they seem to be very close and I don't like it. I'm now alone here.
It's a new day, and I am on cloud 9, because I won the very first challenge of All Stars 5, but I did not win the lip sync. I mean, when we all saw who our assassin was, it was game over. Daphne has lip sync now 13 times and she's won 11 lip syncs. She showed us why she is a champion, and I hope I can continue on in the top, because I want to show not only RuPaul, but these queens that this win of mine was no fluke. I can already see Goldine just looking at me. I think she wants me to reveal that I chose her lipstick. And that's exactly what I will do. I had her lipstick. I wanted to be the one to send her home. Not even the group could do that. I don't know why they chose to save Goldine over Poison Ivy. Yes, she was a lot to handle, but she deserved to be here over Goldine.
Walking into the workroom is a great feeling, of course, but I'm walking in safe, and that's not good enough this time around for me. I was just safe or below that on season 7. It's time for me to wake up, because I am not messing about. I put my whole life into that talent show and it got me just safe? I know we have some talented queens, but I am the only former Miss Continental here, and it's time to show that side of Ursula, starting right now.
The queens gather round and they congratulate Sylveon for winning the talent show. She thanks them. Alice looking around, and said we should also congratulate Goldine for surviving the elimination. Goldine rolls her eyes and thanks Alice, telling her at least someone has her back.
I'm so thrilled that Goldine is still here. Not. She honestly should have been our pork chop instead of Poison Ivy, and yes, I voted for Goldine to go. I knew exactly who I don't want here. And I'm sick of Alice already playing the Miss Congeniality role. Oh, let's all congratulate Goldine, bitch no. She don't deserve it. I know she means well, but I need to watch out for Alice. I think she's a bit sneaky if you ask me.
Red Guy smirking looks to Sylveon and said to her, are you going to reveal Goldine's name on that lipstick or what? Goldine said don't bother, she already knows her name is on it. Sylveon said to Goldine she won't show it, but just to let her know she did choose her name. Goldine shrugs and told her she don't care, then looks to Goofy and said she's shocked he wasn't up for elimination over Poison Ivy, to be honest.
I mean, we all knew who she chose, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. But I wanted to cause some more drama with them, because after seeing Sylveon's performance last week, there's now a target on her back. She better hope she doesn't fall into the bottom, because I know Marge won't send a front runner home. But I will.
Gosh, I really don't have the energy to face Goldine's question right now. So I'm actually going to be the bigger queen and ignore her. I know that will drive her crazy, but I really want to know who voted who. I'll tell you this, I did vote for Goldine, but I don't know if I will actually reveal who I voted for. I mean, is that allowed?
Goofy looking around and asks production what was the vote difference between the bottom queens. Goldine looks to Goofy and said you're not gonna answer my question? Goofy said anyone going to let us know? Goldine shakes her head. Francine asks the queens do they feel comfortable revealing their votes? Fairy Godmother interrupts Francine and tells her they should keep it a secret, to be honest. Linda whispers into Francine's ear and asks is she okay? Francine said she's fine.
No, I'm not fine actually. Who does that bitch think she is interrupting me? Oh, she's really annoyed me because I wanted to ask the queens if they wanted to reveal their votes. But no, Fairy Godmother decided for us all we should keep it a secret and everyone just went with it. I know she will be worried if she reveals she voted the queen who is still in the competition. They will come for her. I mean, she had one good week. She's probably gonna be back in the bottom like she was on season 7.
Oh my goodness, this is getting real right now. Poison Ivy went home. Queens are fighting. We got Fairy Godmother interrupting Francine. And I can see she wasn't happy about that, so I nudged Linda to check on Francine and she should be okay. But that move from Fairy Godmother, I don't know about that. but I do think keeping our votes a secret is the best move. But of course the Mothers Alliance, and Gwen, we will be playing this voting system strategically now we've seen it in action.
Linda looking to the producers and asks them are they going to tell them or what? A production assistant tells the queens the vote was 6 votes for Goldine and 7 for Poison Ivy. A producer then tells the queens that they can keep their votes a secret if they want to, but the audience will find out the voting right now.
Well, I'm not going to choose myself, am I? I was brought here for a reason and she's not lived up to the hype. Sorry, Ivy.
Loved you on our season, you were gone so soon, but you were all guns blazing out the gate, and I did not like that. That's why I'm choosing your lipstick.
Out of the two of you in the bottom tonight, I can cope with Goldine, I did on our season. But you, Ivy, I do not like. You have an awful attitude and it's time for you to go. Good luck in your future.
You had so much potential, I can see it in you, but your attitude and your cockiness won't get you anywhere in life. And you ruined your opportunity when you told us you were targeting the biggest threats. It's something you should have kept to yourself, trust me.
I was a big fan of yours on season 4, but when you walked in thinking you're the biggest threat here, that's where you lost me. And even more so when you said you were targeting the strongest competition, I took that personally because I am a big threat here. Hope it's you that's eliminated.
Not a fan of you. The way you came for Darkrai did not sit well with me. Goldine is not a threat in the slightest. She's probably gone next episode. But you? I can see you sending a strong queen home. I have to put a stop to that.
You're a talented girl, you really are, but your approach and your attitude really lets you down. I was torn who to choose tonight, but if you are the one to be eliminated, I hope to see you blossom into a better queen.
Not only are you a disgrace to your mother, you're a disgrace to all of the Pokemon queens. We don't claim you. You truly earned the nickname Flopdine for a reason. I know Ivy came for me, but I would want to be the one to send her home personally on that stage.
I don't have much to say. I chose your lipstick because you were downright rude to me. Thought you could read me down, but I took it and gave it right back to you. If I could, I would have chosen both of your names.
The easiest choice I ever had to make, and I hope you're the one to go tonight. You do not deserve to be here. We all know you were only brought here to be the first one out the door. We're such a strong cast, and then there's you. I hope everyone else has made the correct choice today.
Honestly, this is a random choosing. I didn't know who to pick, so I closed my eyes and let the magic do its talking. And hopefully it chose correctly. All I know is that Fairy Godmother is in the top, baby.
I know that Ivy was a little too much, but the moment I locked eyes with you, I wanted to make sure you're out that door. You've wasted a valuable spot on this cast. Someone who is more deserving should be in this competition over you, and it's time for you to be the first out. I hope this sends you home back to your mama, Misty. Oh wait.
It's been a pleasure working with you for this episode, but I will not choose myself, Goldine. Even if the judges did not like our talent shows, I still thought they were sickening. They're just jealous of our presence, especially that jealous cow Cruella.
While hearing from the producers, it was 6 votes Goldine and 7 votes for Poison Ivy. So close. And I could see Francine was a little annoyed I jumped in to keep our votes a secret. Suck it up, Buttercup. Because this is All Stars and I don't want me choosing the wrong lipstick be the deciding factor of me going home. If you want to do that, that's fine by me.
Red guy looking to Darkrai and asks how does he feel now that Poison Ivy is gone, because she was coming for you personally. Darkrai chuckling said he is absolutely gutted because he wanted to be the one to send her home. Goldine looks to Darkrai and said, did you want me gone? Darkrai said yes, he chose her lipstick. Goldine said, can she ask why? Darkrai said sure and said to Goldine she's an absolute disgrace to not only the Pokemon queens, not only to her mother, well, former mother, but she is a disgrace to drag in this competition. Goldine, shocked, is at a loss for words.
Well, that shut her up. Can we get a burn heal for her? Honestly, I meant every word of that because I did not spend all of Season 10 rebuilding the Pokemon Queen's reputation from being laughingstocks to being icons. Just for this, I can't even say drag queen because she's just a disgrace to our profession. And the fact she won't read me back is shocking. Just shows she's all mouth, no talent. At least with her new mother Lola, she would dish it right back. I just know Lola is ashamed of her already.
Oh my god, the queens are going at it like crazy. I need a sip of my wine to get me through the day. Yes, it's early morning, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Ling Xiaoyu asks the queens what did they think of Daphne being the first lip-sync assassin. Sylveon chuckling said she hated it, then says she's only kidding, she was the correct first assassin. Ursula nods, and just as she was about to say something, Fairy Godmother interrupts, and said she don't like this twist because it makes getting a win even more difficult when only one of them are being rewarded.
Did she just interrupt me? That's twice she's done that now, and I know she's a friend of mine. I'll let her off because I have so much respect for her, but if she does it again, I can't promise I won't pick her lipstick.
Oh no, not again. First she interrupted Francine, now Ursula, and I can see Ursula is slightly annoyed, and I haven't seen that from her since I beat her at Scrabble at one of our Miss Congeniality Friday nights. I think Fairy Godmother is just excited to be back. But poor Goldine, I know she deserves it, but that's my season sister, and I feel a little bad for her. She's not used to queens coming for her, because we just let her have her moment on our season, but Darkrai did not, and he got her good. Remind me not to get on his bad side.
Marge said yes, only one of them being the top all-star is going to be challenging, but that's what she came here to do. Darkrai nods and said he needs to make sure he's in the top because he knows one slip up and it could be game over for him. Goldine nods, and said she will send him home the moment he's in the bottom. Darkrai laughs and said you have to be in the top for that, something you've never seen, not even safe. Red Guy asks who do they think the next lip-sync assassin will be? Ling said it would be amazing to see Kazumi on that stage. Alice nods and said she misses her already. Goldine said to Alice, didn't you just see her on tour? Then said to Alice that Ling is furious with her because she stole Kazumi from her. Just as Ling was about to respond, RuPaul walks through the door.
She's lucky RuPaul is here, because I was about to come for her. No, I'm not furious that Alice has supposedly stolen Kazumi from me, but it would be nice to have her respond to my text, that's all I'm saying on that. But I'm really curious to find out what our next challenge will be. Hopefully something that I can do well in, because I want to be in the top. We all do. But I want it more. I'm hungry for it.
Hello, hello, hello!
Always good to see RuPaul, and I wonder what sort of challenge she has in store for us today. I did love the talent show, to be honest, and it was great to be in the top on the first episode. Got to make a great first impression meeting these queens. I hope I can continue this top streak. Rusical for episode 2? Can't blame a girl for trying.
Oh my god, RuPaul's scent is incredible. I wish I could smell as good as her, but I just reek of an overworked mother and underappreciated drag queen. But I was in the top last week. Can Franny Smith do it 2 weeks in a row? Fingers crossed. And Stan, I know you're watching this. Don't forget to put a load of laundry in. I know he will forget.
My all-stars, the competition is getting very real now, isn't it? Especially after our first elimination. What did you think of our new twist, huh?
You know my thoughts on this new twist. I don't like it bring back the top 2 of the week, because I know for sure I would have been in the top with Sylvian last week.
So I've been told that you want to keep your votes a secret, and that's fine by me. However, the viewers at home will find out who you voted for at the beginning of every episode, and they get early access to the voting in our Discord server. Now I know you're curious to what your maxi challenge is, right? Well, you will have to wait a little longer.
Is she for real? I got places to be, challenges to win, queens to send home. I need to know what we are doing. A comedy challenge is needed, I fear.
I will let you know this. Your challenge this week, you will be in teams. 3 teams of 4 queens, and Sylvian as the winner of last week's challenge. You will decide the teams, then once your teams are decided I will then reveal the challenge. Choose wise, my dear.
Not RuPaul changing things up, but 3 teams of 4? There are 13 of us here. How is that going to work? Do the final queen just get eliminated there and then? I know for sure I will not be choosing Goldine for my team. Maybe I leave her for last to find out. But I don't know what challenge we're doing to choose a team. I've had a think and I know the queens I want on my team. RuPaul, I have made my decision. I have decided who I want on my team. And my team will be myself, Fairy Godmother, Red Guy and Marge Simpson.
Oh, me? I guess that makes a lot of sense. We were on season 3 together, and a little break from the Mothers Alliance puts me in a better position where I can work on other relationships here. This move from Sylvian has really helped my game plan.
And then for team 2, I have chosen Alice, Darkrai, Goofy, and Ursula.
You know what? I'm very happy with my team. I do think Sylvian did this to me because we have a good relationship. Especially both coming from the makeover challenge on season 12. We have a bond and she's looking out for me. And I will do the same for her when the time is right.
And the final team will be Linda Belcher, Francine Smith, Gwen, and Ling Xiaoyu.
You know what, I'm happy with my team. Even though we have no Marge, and we will miss her. But we have gained Ling Xiaoyu, and what if it's a girl group challenge? We have an advantage right here. Ling is a choreographer, and a damn good one. What's up with these Tekken girls and their choreography? They take it very serious.
So what the fuck am I going to do? I knew Sylvian would be petty like that. But fuck her, I don't need any of them. I have RuPaul.
Interesting, very interesting. Now Goldine, you seem to be a queen without a team, and you're in luck. Because you get to choose the team you want to join.
Well, this is going to backfire on her. I'm very aware I'm not winning this competition. I'm just happy for the exposure, to be honest. But I know how much Sylveon wants this, and girl, you've messed with the wrong fish. Wouldn't it be funny if I joined her team and sabotaged it from the inside? Oh wow, this decision is the easiest one for me, and I can't wait to get closer with my best friend in this competition. And that's you, Sylveon. I'm joining your team.
Oh my god, why is she joining my team? She's going to bring us all down to the bottom, isn't she? Goldine has never gotten above low, so this is going to be interesting. As much as I hate her, I need to work with her so we will not be the bottom team. I can put my personal differences aside just for 1 week.
So now the teams have been decided. Let me tell you about your challenge. For this week's Maxi Challenge you will be acting, and each team will act in a trailer for American Horror Story.
Well, it looks like we are acting. And I'm pretty okay with it. The last time I was in an acting challenge on my season, the theme of the challenge was my challenge to win. We were acting in Scream. I was ready to play Billy Loomis, the role I wanted, and then Anchor played dirty and gave me Randy Meeks, which I did not want at all, and I was almost lip-syncing. But this time round, this theme of American Horror Story is right up my alley once more, and I will not be backing down from a role that I want. But luckily I'm on a team with Honestly, the correct team. We have myself, Alice, Ursula, and Goofy. I don't think I'll have much fighting to do. I'm pretty confident in the team that I have to be quite honest.
And which seasons you will be acting in? Well, I will be deciding that. Team Sylveon, you will have Asylum. Team Francine, you will have Hotel. And Team Darkrai, you will have Coven. Now good luck and don't fuck this up. I'll see you on the runway.
So this is my first ever acting challenge. I didn't have one for season 8, but I'm sure Musa would have won that challenge as well. She was always winning everything on our season. But I do consider myself an actress, and we're acting in American Horror Story, which is a show I watch every time, and my team were given Hotel, one of my favorite seasons to be honest, because of Lady Gaga of course, and I want to be the Countess. I'm sure she has a role in this challenge.
Alice, Goofy, Ursula and Darkrai are gathered around their station. Alice tells the queens she's very happy with this challenge, and that she's even happier with the team she's on. Ursula agreed and said Sylveon really messed up by putting the top 4 of All Stars 5 on the same team. They all laugh.
I mean that, by the way. I can honestly see us as the top 4 of the season with myself winning this crown, of course, haha. But I do think our team is the best suited for this challenge. It's an American Horror Story challenge, and we have a queen like Darkrai here whose drag is quite scary, but I love it. Alice is an established actress. She won her season's acting challenge. I'm quite an actress myself, but I didn't get an acting challenge on my season, neither did Goofy. But we have been in this business longer than some of these queens have been alive. We have a lot of experience on our team.
Ursula asks the queens how are they all feeling going into this challenge. Alice said she's very happy it's an acting challenge and not a design. Darkrai asks her is she still a hot glue gun girl. Alice, laughing, said she is, she just hasn't had the time to brush up on her sewing. Goofy said that's fair enough, you've just come straight off of season 12. Darkrai then asks Goofy how he is feeling, because he was in the bottom last week and he hopes he can pull through today. Goofy said he was feeling a little down this morning because he's spent so long trying to get on All Stars, and he finally got on, only to be in the bottom episode 1.
Yeah, I wasn't in the best of moods this morning. I felt a little down and over it. But now being surrounded by these incredible queens, my spirits are up and I am ready to go. We have this acting challenge to prepare for and I see we have some scripts on our table. I personally think we should be learning our lines, especially myself and Ursula, because we haven't experienced an acting challenge. But there is something I am willing to discuss with these queens whilst we're separated from the others.
Darkrai looks to the queens and asks them should we assign some roles? Goofy nods and said can he ask a question before they start? Alice said of course you can. Goofy said to them now that they're separated from the others, they should come together as an alliance. Ursula said it would be wise for them if they did. Darkrai nods and said absolutely because he don't really know a lot of queens here, just Red Guy. Alice also nods, and said this is a social game as well as a competition. Darkrai nods and asks the queens if they are comfortable with if they wanted to reveal their lipstick choices from last week. Alice said she did vote for Poison Ivy. Ursula said she also did vote for Ivy. Darkrai said he voted for Goldine because she's Goldine. Goofy said he also voted her because of the way she was with him before everyone joined the workroom. Alice looks to Goofy and said you were second in? Goofy nods, Alice hugs him and said you poor thing putting up with Goldine all that time, they all laugh.
So we were just about to go over the roles for this acting challenge, which by the way I am thrilled about. You know me, I'm quite the actress, I won my season's acting challenge. But Goofy did suggest that we become an alliance, the four of us, and why not? We all need numbers here because it's not RuPaul who is sending us all home, it's us. So if you get on the good side of these queens with a great track record, you should see yourself in the finale. I sure do. I trust these queens. I'm also kinda aligned with Ling Xiaoyu, but Goldine mentioned she's jealous of my relationship with Kazumi. I can't believe a word Goldine says, to be honest.
Goofy said to the queens they should probably start assigning the roles and learning their lines. Ursula agreed, then jokingly said anyone else got something to ask? They all laugh. Darkrai said how should we decide who gets what roles? Alice suggests they read through and see which character they see themselves being. Everyone agreed and started reading through the script.
We got assigned Coven, and I'm reading through the script and one role is standing out to me the most. And that's Fiona Good. Jessica Lange, the head bitch of American Horror Story. This role is perfect for me. I really don't want to fight for this role considering we just became an alliance. What is this? Naughty Pine. See, I got this in the bag.
Darkrai said he's found a role he really wants. Ursula asks what's the role? Darkrai said he would love Fiona Good. Ursula said that's the role she was looking at as well, but she's also looking at Cordelia if no one else is. Both Alice and Goofy said they're not wanting Cordelia. Ursula then looks to Darkrai and said she will play on her Miss Congeniality role, and give Darkrai Fiona Good. Darkrai hugs Ursula and thanks her.
Did I just make a mistake by giving up this role? I hope not, but I did gain a great relationship with Darkrai, he's major competition. But I know I can nail this role as Cordelia, she's one of the main characters and that means more screen time for me, and more of a chance to impress RuPaul and finally get into the top. I've never experienced what it's like to be in the top, so I'm crossing all my tentacles for this.
Alice said she wants to take another risk, and go with Madison Montgomery. Goofy said sure he wanted to be Myrtle Snow anyway. Darkrai looks to Alice and asks can she pull of being a bitch? Alice said she will try, she's going to think of the moment when Ivy stole her jokes and use up all that anger. Darkrai said he can't wait to see that. Ursula agreed and said to Alice she really thought she was going to win season 12 but Ivy had other plans. Alice thanks them and suggests that they all rehearse their lines. They all agreed and began rehearsing their lines.
You know me, I love to take a risk. It can either go really good for me, or I can come crashing down into the bottom. But I really don't think that will happen. I'm not a bitch at all, but I will have to become one to channel Madison Montgomery. I was also wanting Fiona Good, but I could see how much Darkrai wanted her. And then Ursula wanted her as well, so there was no point in arguing over a role. I just have to believe in myself, and get these lines rehearsed.
Francine, Linda, Gwen and Ling Xiaoyu are all gathered around their workstation. Gwen said she's so happy their team got hotel. Linda said she doesn't even know what American Horror Story is. Francine tells Linda the first 3 seasons were great then the rest sucked.
Honestly, I really loved the first 3 seasons but then after that was just awful. Well, I take that back because Hotel was pretty good, but the rest were trash. And don't even get me started on Kim Kardashian. How she got cast I'll never know. If she can get a role I know for sure I could. Ryan Murphy hit me up baby. But I didn't really want this season to be honest. I wanted Coven, but we're stuck with Hotel, and there's not many roles, and there's only one that's speaking to me. I need to find out if the others have any interest in the same role.
Ling said she's also not sure what American Horror Story is, she's never heard of it until now. Gwen shocked said how do you not know? Ling said she's too booked to be sad in her bedroom watching American Horror Story.
You should have heard the gasp from Gwen when I told the group I have no idea what American Horror Story is. I'm sorry, I'm just way too booked and busy to be sat around watching television. The only thing I do watch when I have time is Cartoon Drag Race and the international spin-offs, #Justice for Josie Resall. But I do hope that my lack of knowledge about this program will not jeopardize my position in this competition. I know these queens would want to see me go home so early.
I'm a little shocked that Ling and Linda doesn't know about American Horror Story. It's one of my favorite TV shows. But I wasn't quite a fan of Ling's attitude just then, bragging about being too booked to watch TV shows. Okay then, do you want a medal? Yes, I'm not as booked as you, but when I am booked, I give the best damn performance I can give, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do today and hopefully get my first ever challenge win. If Sylvian can get her first win last week, it's my time this week.
Linda looking to Ling and said how often do you get booked? Ling said she's booked 6 nights a week on the legendary Work the World tour. Francine, amazed, said she would love to be on a show like that, and said she will once she's crowned the champion of All Stars 5. They all laugh. Linda said they all have a great chance at winning this competition, because this is a social game. Ling nods, and said she's happy she's got a couple alliances. Gwen asked Ling will she share with them? Ling said no, she don't want to disclose her alliances. Linda tells her that's interesting.
I don't blame her for not sharing her alliances, but it would be a shame, to be honest, if Ling's name was chosen if she lands in the bottom. The Mother Alliance and Gwen, we're kinda the majority here. Marge is working her magic in the other group. It's a shame myself or Francine wasn't in Alice's group, we could have made some moves there. But I do think we need to actually learn some lines, because some of us haven't seen a damn episode and I have no clue what this script is about.
Linda asks the queens what did they think of Fairy Godmother's antics earlier. Ling said she didn't like it, the constant interruptions, and telling them they must keep their votes secret. Gwen agreed and said she happily voted Goldine. Linda said she also voted Goldine. Ling also agreed she voted for Goldine. Francine said they should start choosing their roles. Linda, confused, asked Francine does she not want to share her vote? Francine said she voted for Goldine. Linda said that's good, they're all on the same page in the votes. Francine nods.
Okay, I kinda told a little lie. I did not vote for Goldine. I voted for my season 4 sister Poison Ivy. She just wasn't the same Ivy I knew 2 years ago. 2 years ago to this day the season 4 queens were announced, and it was such an incredible moment in my career as a drag queen, to make it to the big leagues. Our season wasn't so fancy, we didn't even have a track record at the end of the episode. But me and Ivy were not really close, but I liked her then, but I did not like her new attitude and I wanted her gone. Sorry Ivy, hopefully we can reconnect later.
Ling suggests that they start looking over the character choices. They all agree, and after a read-through, Ling tells the queens she's drawn towards Sally McKenna, and does anyone else have their eyes on her? They all say no. Ling thanks the queens and said she wants to step out of her comfort zone and go with this crazy character. Linda said she would love to be Liz Taylor, she seems cool. Gwen said she would really love to be the Countess. Francine also said she wants the Countess.
Oh yikes, they both want this Countess character. All I know is she's played by Lady Gaga, and I only know that because it says in our notes. I know how much they both want this role, so I don't know how they're gonna decide on that, but I know for sure I got Liz Taylor. I got a bald cap ready and I will look sickening bald. I might even shave my head if I win this challenge.
Francine looks to Gwen and said how will we decide who gets this role? Gwen said she doesn't know but she really wants the role. Francine looks to Gwen and told her because she was Hailey's best friend on season 8, she can have this role as a thank you for looking out for her daughter. Gwen hugs Francine and thanks her. Francine tells her no problem, and that she better win with that role. Francine said who the hell is Dr. Alex Lowe? Gwen tells her that's the mother. Francine said that's a perfect role for her, and then suggests learning their lines. Which they all agree and they all bond.
See, it pays to be nice to your seasoned sisters. Looking to you, Lola. I was a good friend to Hailey and it got me the role I wanted from her mother, and after wanting this role so bad, I need to make sure I don't fuck this up, and give an Oscar-worthy performance, and get my first win.
Goldine, Red Guy, Fairy Godmother, Marge and Sylvian are discussing the challenge. Marge, curious, asks Goldine why did she choose their group when she has bad blood with Sylvian. Goldine said to Marge she wants to work with an icon like her. Red Guy looks to Goldine and said what's the real reason? Goldine laughing said that is the real reason, Marge is an icon and she wants to learn from the best. Marge thanks Goldine.
Now I'm not stupid. I have 3 children and a husband, I know these tricks. I know she's only saying that about me so she can look good. I'll take the compliment because I am an icon, but I know she just wants to cause some drama and I'm not really here for it. I'm here to show what an icon I am.
Oh, I know the reason why Goldine chose our team. She's gonna try and drag us all down to the bottom, especially Sylvian, and I didn't come here to be a bottom. I'll save that for the bedroom. But I want to have some fun on this team and get Goldine going. I want some drama, mama.
Red Guy asks Goldine does she think she's actually an all-star or was she brought here for the drama? Goldine, taken aback, tells Red Guy she's the most all-star in this room, no one else here was personally invited. Red Guy, chuckling, said to Goldine she really is a fish, she got the memory of one, because Marge and Francine had personal phone calls from RuPaul. Goldine said she knew that and that's why she has more respect for Marge than she does for Sylvian. Sylvian just shakes her head.
I couldn't give a rat's ass if Goldine respects me. I have absolute zero respect for her. She knows she's only here to cause some drama, because why else would she still be here? I don't know how the group voted, because Fairy Godmother wouldn't let us. Well, we know Darkrai's vote. He gagged Goldine right in front of her face, and I loved it. I don't understand why she decided to join my team. I thought she would have joined Alice's team.
Sylveon rolls her eyes, and then looks to Marge and asks her what was it like working with RuPaul. Before Marge could speak, Fairy Godmother interrupts and said they don't have time for this nonsense, they need to decide the roles and get learning their lines. Marge looks to Fairy Godmother and told her to not interrupt her again, have some class and some manners. Fairy Godmother said she's not trying to be a bitch, but she's trying to be prepared. Red Guy said you're just being a bitch, and said he wants to hear Marge's story. Fairy Godmother said maybe another day, that's if you're here next week. Goldine just smirks.
Honestly, I couldn't give a crap about Marge working with RuPaul. Save it for another day, sweetheart. And I don't know who Red Guy thinks he is, throwing his ass around like he owns the workroom. Sorry, no. I'm not going to be underprepared because you two want to play catch up. This isn't the time for that. This is a serious competition, and I will get my happily ever after. I was in the top last week and I'm not about to lose my top streak because of these two imbeciles.
Goldine said Fairy Godmother is right, they do need to start choosing roles, and then looks to Sylveon and told her she's such a terrible leader for letting it get out of hand. Sylveon said to Goldine to shut up, she wouldn't know anything about being a leader. Goldine said she would know to get the roles assigned, then asked what one are they doing. Marge said they're doing Asylum, then looks to Red Guy and said she will tell him the rest of the story another time because someone is being impatient. Fairy Godmother said no, someone is not being underprepared because of you. Before Sylveon could speak, Marge apologizes to her and then lashes out on Fairy Godmother.
I don't think it's going well with Marge right now. I can hear her exploding on Fairy Godmother, and I know she probably deserves it. Good on you, Marge, whack her for me. I mean, stop it, Marge, somebody please think of the children.
I am so sorry to the fans and to the queens for seeing me like this. I haven't been this angry since the time my kids missed their school bus. Then I had to run some errands. Then I had so many thoughts in my head. I was driving on the bridge and my daughter Maggie opened her milk and it went all over me, leading to a little bit of a breakdown. Never did I want to go to that place again, but Fairy Godmother has drove me to it. I just want to get this challenge over with.
There's a long silence with the queens, and Sylveon said should she assign the roles? Goldine said yes, please do. Sylveon looks to Goldine and said she will be playing Kid Walker. Goldine rolls her eyes and said sure, whatever. Sylveon said she will be playing Lana Winters. Goldine said you're taking the lead role? Interesting. Sylveon tells her she needs to maintain her success, something Goldine has never seen. Red Guy laughing said what is his role? Sylveon said, Oliver Thredson. Red Guy said that's the murderer, isn't it? Marge looks to Red Guy and said yes, he is the murderer. Then Marge asks Sylveon what about her role? Sylveon said Sister Mary Jude. Marge thanks Sylveon and said that's the role she wanted, she's very in touch with the Lord, she goes to church every Sunday. Red Guy and Sylveon laugh. Fairy Godmother looks to Sylveon and asks her role? Sylveon said Sister Mary Eunice. Red Guy said the one that's possessed by the devil? Because that's very fitting for Fairy Godmother. They all laugh. Goldine goes overboard with her laughing and uses water gun and sprays the entire table, soaking their scripts. They all look to her. Goldine just says oops.
Oops. Fucking oops. Oh, I could kill her right now, honestly. But luckily I have magic on my side, and all I have to do is give these scripts, well, my script a bibbidi bobbidi boo, and it will be fixed.
At times like this, I guess all you can do is laugh.
The queens are in total shock. Goldine said she's so sorry, that wasn't meant to happen, and she genuinely means it. Sylveon said she don't believe a word she says. Goldine tells them she honestly didn't mean for that to happen and she's so sorry. Red Guy said what's done is done, and looks to production and asks for another script. And a producer brings out fresh scripts for them. Sylveon looks to Goldine and said she's lucky. Fairy Godmother said very lucky and said before any more water gets on her script she's learning her lines and to leave her be. Marge said we will, don't you worry. They all start learning their lines.
I know they don't believe me, but I genuinely didn't mean to do that. I was going to at first, but when Marge went crazy on Fairy Godmother, I kinda felt bad for Marge. I actually really respect her and I could see how disappointed she was when I did what I did, but thank God production came in handy. Now I got to learn these lines, and learning lines is for ugly people, so Fairy Godmother should really excel in this challenge.
Alice, Darkrai, Goofy and Francine Smith slayed the challenge.
Of course I was going to slay this challenge. Acting is what I do. I can learn a script within 5 minutes and help others with theirs, and that's exactly what I did. Goofy was struggling a little, but I managed to help him out. Darkrai was incredible out there. I honestly think one of us will get this win. I don't want to say he outshined me, but I do think it'll come down to runways. Let's just say that.
Well, I really outshined my team. I tapped into some serious acting skills out there. I brought some comedy to my role of Dr. Alex Lowe. Because 1, I had no clue who the hell she was because I wanted the Countess, but I gave her to Gwen, and well, I thought Gwen could have done better. And 2, you need to make RuPaul laugh to survive this competition, and there were times I had her giggling from the director's chair.
Ursula and Linda Belcher had a great performance.
This was my first acting challenge, and I absolutely loved it. I was so committed to my character it felt like I was Vanessa all over again. If you don't know that, sweetie, I suggest you look up my IMDb page. My team was incredible, we all just vibed so well together, and you know what, I said it during our rehearsal and I'll say it again, I think we could be the final 4 of this season.
Well, I think my hair is safe, because me and Francine did pretty well in this challenge, but Gwen and Ling, let's just say they might be in trouble tonight. They gotta hope that the others did worse than them. By others I mean Goldine and someone else. We all know Goldine flopped this challenge, it's just comical at this point. Go home, Goldine.
Ling Xiaoyu and Marge Simpson had a good performance.
Well, I gave what I could. I know I would have been more in the spirit if I hadn't have had that altercation with a certain queen here, but I gave a decent enough performance, and I hope it will save me from being in the bottom tonight. I can't come back to All Stars and go home on the 2nd episode.
Red Guy, Sylveon, Fairy Godmother, and Gwen had a bad performance.
Well, that challenge was such a car crash. I don't know what happened. It's almost like we were all underprepared because of Marge and Red Guy, like I said we would be. I'm sorry, I'm not here to make friends, I have plenty. I'm here to win. I wish I was working with Ursula this week, it looks like she had a great time with her team. I cannot say the same.
I don't know what to say honestly. Seeing RuPaul in the director's chair for our challenge was so nerve-wracking. I was missing my cues. I stumbled on some of my lines. And I cannot believe I did that after I asked Francine to give me the Countess role. I really hope this week we are judged in teams, because I'm fucked otherwise.
Goldine flopped the challenge.
I bombed this challenge, but I knew I would anyway. I wasn't learning the lines. That's not what queens like me do. But now I have to work on my social game here, which I don't think I even have to be honest. But some queens have been acting a fool all day, so I think that might help me survive another week.
On the runway, category is Freak Show Realness. Francine Smith, Ling Xiaoyu, Alice, and Darkrai slayed the runway. Red Guy, Ursula, Marge Simpson, Sylveon, and Fairy Godmother had a great runway. Goofy, Goldine, Linda Belcher, and Gwen had a good runway.
Of course I slayed the freak show runway. Just look at me. A walking freak show, but I fucking love it. This challenge was so much different than my Season 10's acting challenge, because I didn't have someone causing issues, giving me roles I didn't want, and we all got along so well. Mine and Ursula's drag is kinda similar and I have a lot of respect for her, but Alice and Goofy, we are complete opposites, but we work so good together. I genuinely think I made some friends today, and I do hope I get this win tonight, but it's gonna be close with me and Alice. We both slayed our challenge and our runways. May the best queen win, darling.
Welcome to the main stage of Cartoon Drag Race All Stars 5. Let me introduce to you our judging panel this week. Up first, she's back on the panel after being the first lip-sync assassin last week. She is our All Stars 2 champion, she is Daphne. And up next, she is the editor-in-chief of Vogue magazine and Cartoon Drag Race alumni, she is Cruella de Vil. And our extra special guest judge, she is Hollywood royalty, she's an icon, a legend, and she is the moment, she is Jessica Lange. Welcome, darlings. For this week's challenge, our queens were tasked to star in trailers for various seasons of American Horror Story. Now racers, start your engines and may the best drag queen win. Now let the judging commence. Alice, congratulations, you are the top all-star of the week.
Oh my god, thank you so much. My first of many wins, hopefully, haha. But I want to thank the queens on my team, Darkrai, Goofy and Ursula. I had such an amazing time with you, and I'm so happy taking another risk paid off for me.
Darkrai, Ursula, Goofy, great job this week. If this were a regular season, you all would have gotten a win tonight, but I can only grant one of you. But you are all safe.
I guess you have to be blonde and white to win this challenge. I'm just kidding. Alice was fantastic, very well deserved. Acting is what she does best. but I'm happy our entire team is in the top. We would have gotten a group win if we were on a normal season, so I'm happy with that.
I actually could cry right now. This is my first time ever being in the top, the first time ever receiving incredible feedback, and the fact we would have all had a win if this were a normal season makes me want to cry even more. Hard work pays off, kids.
Oh gosh, this is incredible. To go from the bottom last week to the top this week, I could actually cry. And I'm happy Alice got this win, to be honest. She helped me go over my lines. She proved why she was Miss Congeniality of her season.
Red Guy, Goldine, Sylveon, and Fairy Godmother, you are the bottom queens. Red Guy and Sylveon, you are safe.
This is unbelievable. How can I go from a winner last week to almost up for elimination this week? Well, I know how, and she's up for elimination once again. Alice needs to do the right thing and choose Goldine's lipstick.
Thank God I'm safe, because this was giving me season 9 flashbacks where I went home second. But no, this sexy, beautiful, juicy, sensual BBL of mine is not going anywhere, while we are going straight to the top next week and onto the crown.
That means, Fairy Godmother and Goldine, you are up for elimination. Now whilst you go plead your cases to Alice and the group, the judges and I are going to be checking on Celia. You may leave the stage.
Fairy Godmother, it's a shame to see you in the bottom, to be honest. But please tell me why I should pick Goldine's lipstick instead of yours.
Well, Alice, first of all, congratulations, a deserved win for you. And I think my track record speaks for itself, to be honest. I was in the top with you last week. We both delivered an incredible talent show. This was one bad week for me. Well, it wasn't even a bad week. It was me and Marge going at it, leading to us being underprepared. Then we had Goldine's so-called scripts. It was chaos. But with Goldine gone, the talented queens remain. Do you really want to get rid of strong competition to save a flop like Goldine? I know she's your season sister.
Darkrai looking to Goldine and said, well, they're waiting, plead your case. Goldine chuckling said there's nothing to really plead. She tells the group she's going to be real right now. She knows she's not winning this competition because there's so much talent in this room. Then tells them they should save her because yes, she brings the drama, but it's petty drama. They all read her down and they give it back. Then she tells them, do you really want someone like Fairy Godmother here, who is causing issues with one of the most iconic queens, and someone who is constantly interrupting everyone? Goldine then tells them, at least with her you drag her a bit, and she shuts up. Marge looking to Goldine and said she's going to be honest with her, and said she's not picking her lipstick tonight. Goldine thanks Marge and said it's her turn to go to Alice now, and asks them to follow in Marge's footsteps.
Goldine, my dear sister, I can't believe you're in the bottom again. What's this now, 7 times? Fairy Godmother gave me a good case to think about, but Goldine, I need to hear from you as well.
I bet she did give you a good case. Alice, I want to congratulate you on your win. As soon as it was an acting challenge, I just knew you had this in the bag. You're not just a talented actress, but a talented queen, someone who I admire and someone who I look up to. We had a little rough patch on our season, but you know it was all for good TV. But I respect you so much to let this slide. Whilst I was over on my table rehearsing lines, Red Guy said to me he's coming for you, and will strike the moment you're in the bottom. And I just had to let you know that. He's even got Marge and Sylveon backing his case. I can imagine Fairy Godmother did not tell you that, did she? Anyway, thank you, Alice, for listening to me. I'm only looking out for you.
Before Fairy Godmother pleads her case, Ursula starts crying. Darkrai asks, are you okay? Ursula said they're happy tears. This was her first time in the top. She never thought she would be, considering how awful her season 7 run was. Fairy Godmother looks to Ursula and told her, can she let her have her moment, and why is she making it about herself? Ursula, stunned, said she couldn't hold it in anymore. Fairy Godmother shakes her head, and said to the queens they should save her over Goldine because Goldine will only be in the bottom next week as well, and her track record is a lot better than hers, and she has a lot more to offer. This was only one bad week because of certain people in her group, and she's not the same Fairy Godmother as she was on season 7. She has shown growth, whilst Goldine has just shown she's still the biggest flop in history. Marge whispers to Linda to vote with her. Linda nods, then taps Francine on the shoulder and whispers, vote with Marge. Francine nods, and whispers to Gwen to vote with Marge. Darkrai spots the mothers talking in code, and he is noticed by Marge, who then just looks to Fairy Godmother and mouthed, please. Darkrai winks to Marge. Welcome back, queens. Alice, are you ready to meet your opponent?
I sure am, Mother Rue. If she's anything like Daphne, then Lord Jesus take the wheel.
Without further ado, let's meet this week's Lip Sync Assassin.
Reveal yourself!
Oh shit, it's Azura from season 11. I for one was expecting her to be on the season, but not as a lip-sync assassin. I need to try my best in this lip-sync. She is one of the best performers I've seen, so good luck to me, haha.
Wow, we do have a true lip-sync assassin this week. Azura, welcome home, darling. Are you ready to slay?
It's so good to be back, Mother. Looking at this cast, very interesting to see. No season 11 queens? But I am more than ready. Alice, I'm about to wipe the floor with you, sister.
The time has come. Did you lip sync? For your legacy!
The lip-sync song is Run the World by Beyonce. Azura had a great lip-sync, Alice had a good lip-sync.
Ladies, I've made my decision.
Azura.
You're a winner, baby. With great power comes great responsibility.
Azura.
Which queen has the group chosen to get the chop?
Well, I pleaded as much as I could to the queens, and I hope they see sense tonight and vote with their brains, because why would you keep someone like Goldine here? And I can't believe Ursula would try and take my moment away from me. You're in the top, why are you crying for? I should be shedding tears right now.
I pleaded my case as much as I could to the group, and I know someone has my back in there, and that's Marge. She told me in the group she was voting Fairy Godmother. I don't blame her. But I know I probably won't be around long enough to see, but I hope the lies I told Alice about Red Guy coming for her goes the way I want. I even had to throw Marge and Sylveon's name out there as well to make it believable, and I know Alice is not stupid, but will she believe my lies? I do think this is the end of Goldine, but at least I didn't pick anyone up this time around.
RuPaul, I can reveal the lipstick that the group has chosen. And they have chosen Fairy Godmother.
As it is written, so it shall be done.
Fairy Godmother.
You are an all-star. Now, sashay away.
This is worse than when I was attacked by Duchess. But I guess I'll never get my happily ever after.
This is Untucked.
The queens unwind and untuck backstage and they congratulate Alice for winning the challenge. They then congratulate Goldine for staying. They thank them. Goldine said she thought she was long gone, and thanks the group for saving her. Marge said it is up to the queens if they want to reveal their votes, but she will say she voted for Fairy Godmother to go. Goldine thanks Marge once more. She then asks Alice whose lipstick did she choose. Alice said production took her lipstick off her, but looks to Goldine and said don't you worry. Goldine winks to Alice and thanks her. She then said this has been too much, she needs some air, and heads outside. Now Goldine has left the room. Alice reveals she did actually choose Goldine because Fairy Godmother gave a better pitch to stay and Goldine just gave her a lot of lies that someone from her group is coming after Alice. Marge tells Alice no one on that table mentioned Alice's name and no one is coming for her. Alice tells Marge she knows that and she had to pick Goldine's name. Red Guy said even after Fairy Godmother came for Marge in the challenge and came for Ursula during the group vote. Alice said she wasn't aware of any issues with Fairy Godmother, she weren't on the same team as them, and she wasn't at the table when she was pleading her case to the group. Marge said it's fine and told Alice she did what she had to do. Then they all chat and drink their cocktails.
Hey, squirrel friend. When one video ends, just open up another one. It's called binge viewing. Go ahead. I support you.